In this installment, we're going over the NBA picks for Tuesday, March 10th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Shefty, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for our March 10th NBA slate we got going on for Tuesday. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetJSD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91, and don't forget about that Patreon. Right now we're at the 10.3 thousand subscribers. This is the road to 20K, and we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so you can grow to a much broader audience. All right, now for our previous video, we are red hot on that NBA picks for March 9th on Monday. So far right now we are 3-0. The first 3 games came through. We are waiting for the Knicks in that final game. We'll see what happens. They are currently at halftime right now, but 3-0 in that one. If it goes down, that last one goes down, then 3-1. So very successful video. That's what we're here to give you, winning plays. All right, now we're going to bring that same energy into this video here. We've already cashed on the Cavaliers minus 9.5. We've cashed on the Nuggets plus 7.5, and I gave out Jokic triple-double in the Patreon as well, and I cashed as well. So you're missing out on this premium product here. Click on that link provided down below. You're going to get full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes off 24/7. First up here in Frostbank Center, we got the San Antonio Spurs 47-17 going up against the Boston Celtics here 43-21. Looking at the odds for this one here, Spurs home favorites minus 165. Come back at the Celtics at a plus 135. Total at 222.5, and spread is at 3.5. Public bet percentage here, 65% of the bets, 60% of the money all over San Antonio. For the total, 85% of the bets, 89% of the money towards the over 222.5. And for the spread here, we have 50% of the bets coming in on Boston, but 58% of the money coming in on the Spurs to cover this number. All right, now these two teams have already played earlier in the season. Obviously, that was without Jason Tatum, but that was a nice small win by the Spurs in Boston, 100-95. So this particular spot here, you can go with the revenge narrative here, especially with Jason Tatum back in the mix. But the injury report for the Celtics, we could be without a second guy, a main key player here for the Celtics. Peyton Pritchard is on day-to-day with a neck issue. Nikola Vucevic is on IR with his finger. Spurs guys, Harrison Barnes, and then the other 2 guys weren't really playing for the Spurs anyway. This is a well-oiled machine in the San Antonio Spurs, and they're currently on a 4-game winning streak, beating Philly, Detroit, Clippers, and the Rockets, blowing out the Rockets in that one as well. Celtics playing solidly with the new acquisition back into the fold with Tatum, blowing out Dallas, and then handling Cleveland very easily in that game. This one here, we had a huge undergo towards that first matchup. They set the total at 222.5, and I think that the offense is going to be more free-flowing in this particular spot. I like the over 222.5 as a secondary play, but the main play here, we're the better team when it comes to it said and done. I think that they got an advantage down low as well, obviously with Victor Wembanyama. Give me the Spurs on the money line minus 165 main play. In Barclays Center here, we got the Brooklyn Nets 17-47 going up against the Detroit Pistons 45-18. Looking at this matchup here, full game odds, Pistons as road favorites minus 1,000. Come back of the Nets at a plus 650. Total at 216.5. Spread is at 14.5. Looking at the public bet percentage here, 87% of the bets, 82% of the money all over Detroit. For the total, 82% of the bets, 81% of the money towards the over 216.5. And for the spread, 56% of the bets, 58% of the money on the Pistons to cover this number. And looking at this game here, shockingly, the Brooklyn Nets are on a 2-game winning streak. Right now, we're waiting on confirmation on Michael Porter, if he's going to be able to come back in this game, because he did miss the game against Memphis. All right, so maybe he just sat out for one game and he'll be back for this one. And then for the Pistons, Karis LeVert is out, and Sir Thompson is on the IR. So they're missing some key guys as well. And then for the first time in a long time, Pistons on a 4-game losing streak. Can it be 5? Would it be back-to-back losses against the Nets? I don't think so. We have the Nets here coming off back-to-back wins, as you see, Detroit and Memphis. I think this is where the bleeding stops for the Pistons. I get it, the number, but this is a super dominant team here, and definitely in a spot for revenge. I love the Pistons to come back here and cover this number at 14.5. If we're looking at that total of 216, majority of the time we're seeing these totals go just under. It really depends if the Brooklyn can be able to score, because I don't have any issues here with Detroit. Detroit was well on their way of covering and blowing out the Brooklyn Nets, but they totally stopped playing and allowed them to come back from 25 points down. All right, so give me the Pistons with the cover of the spread at 14.5 main play. Secondary play, I will lean towards the over 216.5. I think the Pistons put up a really big number in this particular spot, and I think the Nets can at least get to 100. In Kaseya Center here, we have the Miami Heat 36-29 going against the Wizards 16-47. This is a tricky game here. We got another big spread right next to each other with this Pistons game here. And looking at the odds, Miami home favorites minus 1100. Comeback of the Wizards at a plus 700. Total at 242. Spread is at 15.5. Public bet percentage, 89% of the bets coming in on Miami, but we have 61% of the money coming in on Washington. Total wise, 51% of the bets coming in on the under, and then for the money, 51% of the bets coming on the over. Spread, 61% of the bets, 73% of the money all over Miami to cover the number against the Washington Wizards, and rightfully so. The Wizards are one of the worst teams in the league, and they continue to get blown out by each and every team, against New Orleans, against Utah. They've been getting double-digit blown out in almost each and every single game. In this particular spot here, for these two teams, I'm going to go with the total. All right, 15.5 is just a little bit too many points here for. I mean, we can go with the Pistons, but Pistons is different. Understandable. Heat here, I like the over on the total. We have two teams that are super high paced, both top 5 in the league. Miami's number 1 overall, and then Washington is number 6. So a lot of scoring opportunities here. We have Miami as an efficient offense as well, top 13 to go along with that. So give me the over 242 in this one. I'm going to stay away from the spread. They were close to getting to this. They were at 233. I think they go over the number here in this particular spot between the Heat and the Wizards. In State Farm Arena here, we have the Atlanta Hawks 33-31 going up against the Dallas Mavericks 21-43. Looking at the odds in this one, Hawks home favorites minus 375. Comeback of the Mavericks at a plus 290. Total at 238.5, and spread is at 8.5. So looking at these two teams here, Mavericks coming in really struggling, 7-game losing streak, but recently they just got back Cooper Flag. That's going to be the positive news. But they lost back-to-back games. They lost to Toronto and Boston. This one here, Atlanta's red hot. I'm not gonna lie. They took advantage against Washington and Philly, and Portland. They've been facing a lot of mediocre teams, and they've been getting wins. All right, this is the first matchup between these two teams in the season. They will be facing each other yet again in about 2 weeks. All right, so this particular spot, injury report, no Derek Lively, obviously no Kyrie Irving. For Atlanta, Kuminga day-to-day, Jacob Toppin and Reese are going to be on the IR. And I think here the Dallas Mavericks, they've been playing a little bit more inspired basketball. They just haven't sustained it over a long period of time. Cooper Flag, this is going to be his 3rd game back. I think they can stop the bleeding just a little bit, and I think they can keep this game close with the 8.5 points here. Even for Atlanta, they've been winning big. But this particular spot, I think Mavericks come out fighting in this game. Give me the plus 8.5 on the road for the Mavericks. Lean on the total would be the over 238.5 between these two teams. Last but not least here in Moda Center, we have the Portland Trail Blazers 31-34 going against the Charlotte Hornets 32-33. Looking at the odds in this one, Hornets minus 160, comeback of the Blazers at a plus 135, total at 227, and then the spread is at 3.5. Public bet percentage here, we have 75% of the bets, 82% of the money all over the Hornets. For the total, 71% of the bets, 76% of the money towards the over 227. For the spread, 58% of the bets coming in on Charlotte, but we have 51% of the money coming in on Portland to cover this number. Now this is going to be a very exciting game between two very young teams. Hornets are healthy besides Kobe White. Kobe White will not be able to play in this game, newly acquired. And then Portland has just got back Denny Adwaja. That's a huge sign there for Portland, one of their leaders on this team. These two teams have already played earlier in the season. That was a 16-point blowout about 14 days ago, and they handled them very easily in that game in Charlotte. I think things are going to be a little more closer in this one. Low scoring environment because the defensive prowess we've seen from Charlotte is really what's been sustaining them in these games. They're right in the middle of the pack, 16th overall. They've been playing solid defense and scoring very well with that efficiency at number 6 in the league, as you can see here, number 6 offensive efficiency. For Portland, defensively lower, they're the bottom half of the league, 19-22, but they're going to keep a high pace. So it was shocking to see what really happened, but Charlotte dictated everything. Charlotte's going to slow things down. They're not really running up and down. They're very efficient in their half-court offense, and that's the reason why we saw what we saw in that first matchup, under and then domination because of that defense against Portland. They took advantage of that. I think the same thing happens in this one. So give me the Hornets on the money line as the main play, secondary play under 227.5. All right, so that's going to be our breakdown for the Tuesday slate. If you want the rest of my plays for the Tuesday slate, you click that link provided down below. You're going to get full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group chat that goes up 24/7. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.